Hey guys, Pat here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Today I'm gonna start tearing apart this old, well, it looks like kind of a merry-go-round. What I was really looking for was these wheels. These look like old wheels from a horse-drawn hay rake or something like that, or old piece of equipment for farming. From what I understand, these used to be like a little garden decoration where they used to put plants on these somehow. Anyway, so the guy told me it was in good shape, should work perfectly for what I'm going to use it for. I think he was a little bit of a salesman, so I drove 5.5 hours. That's on me. I probably should ask for some more in-depth pictures of it, but anyway, I figured, well, I'll go ahead and take my chances, run down there and pick it up. What I want to do is just first straighten out what I can with it on this rack, on this unistrut stand it's on. This is all welded unistrut. I thought if nothing else, I might be able to use this in my construction of this water wheel design that I have, and that'll go on our remote property. There's no electricity, nowhere to be found anywhere up there where we're at. So hopefully the design I come up with on this is going to be pretty neat. I'm going to working on like an overshoot water wheel. I believe that's what you call them, where the water comes over top of it, drops into buckets and causes this to turn. I'll rig this up to where this is a solid shaft that comes through here with a sprocket and a chain driven sprocket, and it'll gear down to like a PMA generator or something like that for generating electricity. You know, I've seen several water wheel designs, but this just sprang to my mind some time ago. So I've been looking for a while for some of these wheels that people aren't asking a fortune for. I think all in all, I think I probably took a little bit, but with that being said, it'll give me a challenge. Other spokes over there, the other day I just off camera straightened most of those out. If you look at these when they turn, they have a little bit of they're kind of bent. Truth be known, I could probably put a shaft through there, and even with discrepancies in the trueness of these wheels, I could still generate electricity. But I'm trying to take any friction loss or anything like that and minimize that. I don't care how good of bearings you have or how straight everything is or how exact centered or balanced or whatever everything is, you're still going to have friction loss. It's just the law of physics. You're just going to have a transfer of energy from one thing to another, and one form of energy loss is through friction. At any rate, I think I got that right. So this side over here, like I say, I took a hammer and a mallet, or I took a mallet and beat all of these ones here straight, or pretty straight anyway. There's a couple that's just got a slight bend in them, like this one. Somebody's been in here repairing this before, because it's somebody, I don't know what kind of weld this is. It looks like tin or combination of tin and lead, but it's really, really hard, as you can see. We have a little bit of cracking right here. I don't even know how necessary these are, because underneath here, these are all riveted on. I don't know if these are broken, but we're definitely going to find out. I'm going to be beating on these things and straightening out the spokes, and then I'm going to try to figure out a way to straighten out the rim so it's in line with the axle. They are bent, you can tell when this thing rolls around. Definitely some waving from side to side or movement from side to side. It'll help if I can take these off of here. I'll leave all this connected until I straighten the spokes out, because it just gives this whole unit here, it just gives it all a little bit more rigidity. Now some of it looks like 3/8 inch pipe or 1/2 inch pipe, and then some of this looks like it could be old electrical conduit. So all that's got to come off. Start straightening these wheels out to get this design, get my mind going here and figure out what I'm going to do. This is 4 feet wide from the outside of the unistrut to the outside of the unistrut. So maybe 36 inches between here. That may be a good size to collect, to put my water buckets on here. And I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to use for that yet. I might use a 6-inch PVC pipe and figure out some sort of design to put buckets on here so they can catch the water and obviously cause this to turn. For all you guys who wonder where Cody is, he's out there chasing a squirrel around. You can hear the squirrel chattering in the background and Cody barking. They get up in these trees over here. We have these big spruce trees that have really long limbs, and the limbs they overlap, and the squirrels, they just run from tree to tree. So Cody, he runs around, he tries to chase them. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, most of these I straightened. There's quite a few that were bent pretty bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish truing up what I can see that might be a little bit off. I just don't know how I'm going to straighten the rim out. I might have to strap this down to a trailer or something solid, and then use the telehandler or something like that to pull one way or push another to straighten the rim out. That's one option that I have cooking in my little pea brain right now. That may or may not work. Just kind of going line of sight with trying to straighten these out. Like I said, I don't think the straightening of these things, perfectly straight. You can get them pretty good by doing this. Just trying to reverse the action of what put them in there to start with. I just thought it'd be kind of neat to make a water wheel out of these old things. And I think it would work really, really good, and it'd be sturdy. Yeah, they were pretty bad the other day. I had a few minutes and I went ahead and straightened a bunch of them, and then it was around supper time, so I went ahead and put everything away and saving this for another day. Those of you guys have been following us, started working on our off-grid piece and starting a little bit of clearing up there. I could take a straight edge and put on here and true these up a little more, and I may do that. You can get pretty good line of sight on these, but I think it'd be close enough. Okay, those look pretty good for the straightness of these spokes. The spokes look like they're pretty good now. It didn't really help the traveling of from side to side. And I'm not so sure that it could be. The center in here might be off as well. And I think that is somewhat true. Cody over there worrying himself to death over there at the little shack. He's watching the trees back behind us, wagging his tail. What do you see, buddy? Cody, what is it? Get him! Get him! Go get him! Well, go get him! Yeah, so chatter, chatter, chatter. They tease him and he teases them. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble these. See if that helps me out. I might just be able to take these off and it might straighten them up. I don't know. I wouldn't reuse these bolts anyway. I think I would get stainless to put in here to put together the water buckets. Just simply because they wouldn't, well, for the simple reason that they wouldn't rust on me. They're going to be in a wet environment all the time, so it just makes sense to maybe paint this up after I get done, and then put stainless screws and everything. We may use these pipes, I don't know. They're all different lengths, I know that. Luckily this weld broke that they put on there. I think this was cast. It's hard. I guess it's hard to weld cast. Of course that doesn't fit tight, so it's really hard to tell whether the rim is bent, which I'm sure it probably is a little bit, or I just need to have a true axle to run through there, and the axle being dead center inside of the hub, I guess. Now this thing bolts on and off, so maybe I'll unbolt that while I'm here. Let me check this other one. Okay, so this one's still connected to the axle. This axle that they put on here. I might be able to break this loose just with a hammer. That weld doesn't look like a very strong weld. Just smack this all the way around, see what happens. See a crack there. There we go. Yeah, it's coming apart. Ooh, that one's really bent. Something going wrong there. Something's going wrong there. Yes, I do think that that rim is bent. Where that comes out like that, I might be able to mark where it's coming out this way, and then strap this down to the trailer, and then take the machine and maybe bend that back into shape. This axle was remarkably easy to take apart. I was thinking I'd probably have to grind these off or bust the nut or something in order to get these out, but they actually came out relatively easy. And I thought I needed to take this apart because I don't know if it's the spokes and the axle that's causing me trouble, or just the wheel in general, just the spokes. This is kind of a mess internally, so I wanted to take this little hub here off and see what we have to deal with. I may have to turn something and replace the guts in this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take it apart and see what we have. Like I say, it's a little bit of a mess in there. It might not be as bad as I think, but nonetheless, I'm gonna have to either bore this out or find a shaft that's the right size to slide in there. So we're going to go ahead and take this apart and see what this looks like. I may have to reassemble this. I mean, some of this, I'm just not really sure what to do quite yet in order to get these spokes straight. I tried a little bit of persuasion here with the come along, everything attached to the telehandler, and trying different things to straighten the rim out, but it doesn't appear. I think I might have straightened it a little bit, but not leaps and bounds. So I'm gonna have to figure out something. This is kind of a nice little stand to have everything on, so I can spin this, but I actually bent this little shaft here. Like I say, it's just it's like 1.25 inch pipe and then 1 inch pipe on the inside that the axle just kind of floats on. So we got a big hole I need to fill. Need to clean that out. Figure out something to put in there to fill up. I got I think it's 1.5 inch solid shaft that I want to use for this. So we may just go ahead and abandon this piece because it's all broke up on the inside anyways, where they tried to weld it, and then I tried to beat it apart or work it back and forth, spokes and that. So yeah, it's cast. Very difficult to weld, but they managed to put some kind of material in here. I don't really know what that is, and it looked like it was liquid and they somehow poured it in there. I really don't know. If you guys know what that is, let me know in the comments. It would appear I may have to turn something to make up the difference in here. And this big hole, you know, I actually have some ironwood that I could probably turn that on the wood lathe even to fill that hole, and I think it would actually do just fine. So years ago they used to make bearings out of a real hard wood, and they used to last for years. So I don't know why I couldn't do something with this. Still on the fence of what to do. We're engineering on the fly. It'll be interesting to see how much play comes out of this when I fill that up with something that's uniform to going back inside that hub. But looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to try to straighten out nonetheless. Anyways, I got jets flying overhead, and we'll go ahead and park this right now and